Hello, everybody. We're going to be doing something a little different today, so bear with me. We're going to try to set up the Instagram live stream too. So we're going to have Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon. Oh, no. Here we go. So I'm going to go live on Instagram now, and then we'll go live on Amazon. So then we'll talk about all the gift items, etc. Okay, hello, everybody. Okay, so we are live on Facebook, on Amazon, on YouTube, and now on Instagram. I know we're in not a right form for Instagram, but bear with me for a second. If you want to shop with us on our Amazon Live channel, you can do that at amazon.com/live/dark side of the library. We'd love to see you over there. I'm going to be presenting a lot of cool witchy books today. Would be great gift options for a dark reader. Or uh, we've got a ton of tarot cards and oracle decks too. Those are some of our favorite things to do over here. And in the future, we will be doing more dark reads as we progress along, the new year, etc. So, thank you guys for joining me over on Instagram. I'm sorry everything's a little tight. This is our first time streaming on desktop, and I'm really excited. So make sure to give us a comment, to give us a follow. We are live streaming on multiple platforms, so it might be easier on one or the other. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about some tarot cards and oracle decks, some cool witchy books. The first ones I want to showcase are the Seasons of the Witch tarot card decks, just because they're some of my favorites, because you can actually own every single one of these, and there's a substantial difference. So first on the list on our Amazon Live channel, you can actually click through all of these products, and then you can find everything a lot easier. So first is the Seasons of the Witch, the Beltane Oracle. So this one, obviously, we're not in Beltane season, but this is one of my favorites. I like to showcase all of the Seasons of the Witch. Sorry, I'm losing my brain. I have so many things going on. Hello, Christmas Shopaholic. I did not waste any time using this feature. I was so excited. This is an interesting way of live streaming for sure. So I like to showcase all of the Seasons of the Witch decks together, just because you can see what the differences and the similarities are. So first, I have 4. I'm not going to go through every single one because there's so many things on my list, but maybe on Instagram, or you guys can see on YouTube as well, and Amazon. You see that the fonts are very shiny, and they all have like a specific color oriented or orientation, I guess. So Beltane is clearly gold, and then In Bulk is going to be like this frosty blue. So when you open these up here, I'll try to do this as quickly as possible. I know the screen is so small on Instagram, so make sure to join us over on our other live streams too. So Beltane has this really beautiful bee gold sort of deck, and then here In Bulk is like this dark blue with candles, and they both have moons on them. Then when you open it even further, there's some other differences as well. I don't know why I'm out of breath. I think I just got too excited. So we have little shiny bits on both of these, which is cool. I think every deck has the same amount of cards. I might need to verify that. But when you look inside these booklets, you get different spreads, and all of these spreads are associated with the different Wheel of the Year holidays. Every single one of these has its own Beltane cross spread, but they all have different questions that are associated with the theme of the holidays. So Beltane is more about community, yourself up. We're getting into springtime, summertime, and we're all like celebrating. It's rejuvenation. Whereas when we go into In Bulk, it's a little different. We're still in winter, transitioning to spring. So we're thinking about kind of emerging from the darkness a little bit. So it's pretty cool with the questions and the different spreads for all of these Seasons of the Witch oracle cards. Hello, everybody on Instagram, and so far, I think on YouTube as well. I'm so sorry. I have 4 different places to look. I'm trying to make sure I have everything going on. All right. So because we are primarily on Amazon, a shopping channel right now, I just wanted to present the Beltane deck to you. It would be a great gift if you have witchy friends out there. You can pick their favorite Wheel of the Year holiday. So the Beltane deck is 37% off, 1568. A ton of witches out there love the Samhain deck. So here, let me show you that one briefly. So our Samhain deck, that one is 2117. This is actually one of the more popular decks, I would say. Hello, Pacific Northwest Wine Life from Seattle. I'm from Seattle as well. So welcome and thank you for joining me over on Instagram. Holy cow! You can share these live streams to your broadcast channels. That's cool. So here's what the Samhain deck looks like. It's a red themed one, super sinister and great, like vampires. Here's the shiny cards. I'll show you a few of the actual cards themselves. So we have Dark Moon, Divination, Witch. We also have, I have to make sure to filter some of these. We have Coming of Winter, and then Crystal and Herbs. So you get a gist. It's definitely darker. It's more Halloween-esque, but it's a really beautiful deck celebrating Samhain. So this is the next Seasons of the Witch deck I wanted to present to you today. Then, of course, this one's actually my favorite deck so far of the Seasons of the Witch Oracle decks. I have to nicely or try to put these away as efficiently as possible. I like Mabon a lot. So here's this particular deck. It's super pretty. So it's orange themed. That's my favorite color. So of course I probably am a little more keen on liking this one. But it's kind of cottage core themed. So here's what the back of the cards look like. Orange. I love crows. Those are awesome. Has the orange shine. It kind of has that copper tone, which is also pretty cool. We have Witches Gathering. This is the molasses. I miss fall. It went by so fast this year, and it was really sad because all I wanted was like a really lengthy fall. But I was just like, nope, summer to winter immediately. Witchery, haunted house. So you can see it's a really dark, like overall vibe with a lot of warm tones that pop in this particular Oracle deck. So that one's the Mabon deck. And then lastly is Imbolc, which would be a great. So if you do have a witchy friend out there who loves Oracle decks, who love celebrating the seasons of or the Wheel of the Year, the next one that I have is Imbolc. I'm so sad I don't have the Yule deck. My co-host Carrie is the one who has the Yule deck. So there's actually 5 in total. The Imbolc deck surprised me. Usually I'm not a wintry themed lover. It's not like my jam, but this is actually very cool. So this is the time of year where we're going from winter to spring. So here are some of the cards. We have Groundhog. These are really whimsical. Like it's still very dark, but there's a lot of the beautiful blue, purple, dark green hues. It's such a cool. This one shocked me how much I like it. Oh, and yellow. So it's a lot of blue and yellow. Cinnamon rolls. So again, great idea for a witchy friend. So check these out over on our Amazon Live channel for a better view and just so you can get additional pictures and prices as well. So this one is the Imbolc Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck. Really, really cool. So let's move on to some actual books because most of you guys know us for books. The first one I want to share with you is kind of a guilty pleasure book. I'm not going to lie. I have to find this in my Amazon carousel, so bear with me. But it is, where are you? I have so many books here. It is Spirits of the Tarot. We already talked about tarot a lot today. So let me find this in my carousel over on our Amazon Live channel. You can see I'm like I'm juggling everything. So this is a great gift option too. So I have a birthday in wintertime. So it's kind of hard for people to like shop for me. I totally admit that. So, you know, having 2 separate like Christmas presents and then birthday presents, this would make a great Christmas and birthday present. So Spirits of the Tarot is a combination of 78 cocktails and tarot cards and their meanings. So this could just be a bar cart kind of book, but it is also a tarot guide in some ways. They're pretty good about correlating why some of these drinks are associated with the actual cards. 10 days until Christmas Eve. Oh my gosh. It has gone by so fast. It's kind of I hate it. Time is so fast. I hope I'm not the only one. So here we have traditional cups. This is the Six of Cups tarot. So you can see we have ingredients here, directions here, a gorgeous photo. We also have the actual card in a photo, pretty traditional, the Rider Waite. And then here it says we have the upright meaning and reverse reading. So you can literally just pick a tarot card every single day and decide, hey, what kind of cocktail should I have today? And then you can get any of these awesome ones. Here we have a moment of clarity. As you can tell, this is clearly a swords. I love this one. So pretty and elegant. Here we have the Bitter's Bounty. Hello, Jinkies Reads. So these are just cool ideas if you do know somebody who loves tarot but also loves cocktails, and the combination is so much fun. This would be a really cool gift. You can find this over on our Amazon Live channel, which is amazon.com/live/Dark Side of the Library. And all of that is in the little banner here. I know it's probably really hard to see on your phones if you are watching over there. And I'll share a few more of these, and then we'll move on to our next one. We have the Immortal Priestess, the High Priestess drink. Death card is Everclear. JK, I should actually check. I'm gonna find it. I hope it's not Everclear. I think it's actually like this really cool black, sinister looking drink. Oh no, that one's the devil. Here's Death. It's actually really elegant. Look at this. Death is the beginning. Oh, so the drinks are really like representative of the cards. I love this. And Jinkies Reed said, "I like the idea of having to drink the cocktail upside down if you pull a reverse card. That is so funny. I like that." And then here's the Temptation, which is the devil card. Anyway, so check this out. This is a really cool cocktail book. I personally also love tarot and tequila because I'm a tequila drinker, so that's another really fun one. I just don't have it on me. Okay, so the next book I want to share with you guys is actually a book. I'm going to share with you, this one's a good one for middle-aged readers, adult readers. It's a great collector's item. It's the Pan's Labyrinth book by Cornelia Funk and obviously Guillermo del Toro. Oh, sorry. I'm struggling here. So I wanted to try to present my really cute Christmas tree, but it's actually not. I intentionally made it not super bright because it's my Gothic tree. So it's a little dim, but it's cute. So I'm trying to like manage two places. Okay, so here we have our Pan's Labyrinth. Beautiful book. This is definitely a collector item in my opinion. So this is by also Cornelia Funk, and the illustrator is Cornelia Funk the illustrator too? I believe she is. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I got this like 3 years ago because Carrie is the sweetest person in the land. Okay, so here's what this looks like on the inside. There are illustrations trickled throughout this book. So you can see the pages, like the sides. So cool. So you see the design, and let me get to some photos here. So here is a close-up of like every chapter has a beautiful illustration at the very beginning, kind of showcasing what each chapter is going to be about. And I actually haven't watched Pan's Labyrinth in many years, but this book, now I really want to. So it is really good about telling the story. It summarizes it in a very good way so that even older kids can actually enjoy this. It is dark. It's Pan's Labyrinth, but it's simplified in a way that's enjoyable. Here we have another one. I'll show like two more of these illustrations. So this is a beautiful book. And because I love Pan's Labyrinth so much, this is a really good collector item for me. I'm hoping that I have some little ones in my life when they get older, they're gonna enjoy this book too. I can read that, a chapter to them every day if they like horror. If they don't, that's okay. I want to try to find the really cool picture before we move on to our next tarot card deck. So hold on. Oh, this one's a cool one. So these are beautiful. Highly recommend it. It's a great gift option. This is the Pan's Labyrinth book, and it is by Cornelia Funk, so it's a little different, and it is really, I mean, the shiny blue cover is really nice. Okay, moving on to some other stuff here. Some pop culture. If you like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there's a really cool tarot card deck that is, of course, Buffy. So let me find it. It's 35% off right now. 1814. Yay. So this is one of my favorite tarot card decks. This is perfect for Buffy fans. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're a Buffy fan, you're gonna be all over this. So it's beautiful. I love the coloration, and it's very Buffy. I don't know how to else to explain it. This is by Inside Editions. Oops, Inside Editions, which is here. They do a lot of cool pop culture, geeky, cookbooks, regular, just pop culture, coffee table books, and oracle decks and tarot cards. So if you're looking for something really special, that is a tarot card deck. They have it. So this is what the actual guidebook looks like. So the major arcana is always going to have big giant photos, and then our minor arcana has smaller photos here, upright and reverse readings. We also have different spreads that are associated with Buffy, which is very, very cool. So like a 5x5, the world is a better place with shrimp, and then prophecy girl. So all of these are going to be associated with Buffy. Let me show you the actual cards though. So back of the card, here we have the Nine of Pentacles. It'll showcase different scenes and different characters. So if you're very familiar with Buffy, you're totally going to love this. Because there's a few things where I'm like, oh, I remember this from that episode. So it's very cool. We even have two different suits. So we have stakes and sides. So they definitely have catered to the Buffy crowd. Here we have the moon. This is the Two of Pentacles. The Fool, of course. What a cutie. Here, let me skip a bit. Oh, we have the Magician too. I didn't even mean to pull all of the main characters here. Accident. And then we have the Five of Chalices. I really have to do a Buffy watch through again. It's been a while. So if you enjoy Buffy, if you love, all the characters and the lore, you're gonna have to check out this entire Oracle slash. It's not really a Oracle deck; it's a tarot deck. Very cool tarot deck. So this is the Buffy tarot. One more. Chalices. Nine of Chalices. Definitely check this one out. This one, again, I keep having to unlock my phone. It's 35% off, 1814. It's a really good stocking stuffer even. So definitely give that one a go. Let me first adjust my phone because I have to. My timeout's like 30 seconds. And apparently, okay, so next up on our list, another pop culture tarot card deck that I want to share with you guys is the Diablo, the Sanctuary tarot card deck. This one's really cool. I do have a few issues with it because I'm just trying to be honest. But overall, I think it's pretty awesome. And if anything, it would be really cool to just frame a lot of the cards. So let me grab that real fast. Where are you? Oh, it's right here. Here we go. Diablo. It's huge. It's pretty hefty. So this one is let's see, this one's 2624 right now. It opens up like a really cool treasure chest. Voila. So here's our guidebook. Something that's really cool about this particular guidebook is that all of the cards have just equal size representation, which is kind of nice because some of them sometimes you don't even get a photo. So I like that we do. We get an upright and reversed reading. We get a simple form and long form, which is pretty cool. I will show you guys the actual cards. If you are a Diablo fan, especially Diablo 4, you'll probably really dig this. So for those of you that are watching on a smaller screen right now, it might be kind of hard to see, but this has a shine to it. It has this very obscure design on the very back. That's the Diablo classic, what would you call it? Like a relic looking design. And then here is what the cards look like. They're really massive. They're very difficult to shuffle, in my opinion. And another issue I have with this particular deck, because I'm trying to be honest here, the cards are a little flimsy because it's Blizzard, because of course they would do that. But the thing that's really cool about this deck is that the photos are so big, it's easy to see all of these beautiful details for each card. And we get a cool shine on the edge. You can see like that blood red shine on there. Very cool. All of the art is in this black, white, kind of a gray wash with some red highlights. Very Diablo. You've played Diablo, you will recognize the font even. So they kept to like some of the classics. There's some characters in there that are really, like you just know. You know if you know. We have the Four of Wands. Everything about the tarot deck is pretty standard, so they haven't renamed anything. It's still swords, pentacles, coins, and cups. Excuse my child. I think he's really excited about a bug. So I really like this one. This would also make a really good present for somebody. And I just think it's just beautifully done. I know a few people that have framed this particular or tarot card deck just because it's just so stunning. The art is crazy cool. If you know a Diablo fan, they're going to adore this because like Diablo fans just kind of stick together and we just always love this kind of stuff. So this is the Diablo tarot card deck. It's brutal, it's bloody, it's got monsters, some nudity, but it's pretty awesome. And I highly recommend it. Let me do one more just so you can actually see one more card. I mean, this is a creepy creature that you actually do battle in Diablo 4. So it's pretty original and it's what not original. It's loyal to the actual game. Alrighty, so that one is 26.24 for these amazing cards. The Sanctuary Diablo. Okay, so the next book I want to share with you, since we are doing mostly witchy books, it is, let me find it. So we're kind of transition. Let me find it in the actual, oh, here, let's do this real fast. This one's not on sale. I needed to present this in case you didn't want to do like a traditional Christmas. I'm so sorry. I'm a mess right now. Okay, so this is awesome. It is the Book of Gingerbread. This is by Helena Garcia, who is in the Great British Baking Show. And she tends to do witchy, fun, spooky bakes. This book is fairly large with a lot of great photos and a lot of great recipes. So let me show that to you. We have templates in the back so you can actually make a lot of these really phenomenal things that she shares with us throughout this book. All of these recipes are all gingerbread flavor oriented, but there is some, I don't know, there's some interesting flavors in here that's more than just like eggnog and chocolate. There's like cranberry. I think banana bread is another one. I guess it's not super, super original. We have Santa Booty Swiss rolls, salted caramel cupcakes. I mean, there's a lot of really good stuff in here. So let me show you this in a closer up. I'm already making a mess on my desk here. Okay, so I'm really excited to use some of these. I do have a few guests that might not prefer ginger, so I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. But a lot of the designs in here are really inspirational, and I could take some of these designs and apply them. Like this is really easy. You can just get a really cool tray that's like wintry or Yule themed and just make a really awesome banana bread with it. I don't know why I never thought of that. It's just so simple. But then she's got some really cute stuff. You can do like entire Stranger Things watch-a-thon, which is so fun. We also have these ginger lemony candy cane snakes. These are cookies. I love that. So there's a lot of really cool, fun flavors and recipes in here. Really great designs, things that you can carry with you to for multiple or different kinds of experiments and different bakes. So check this one out. I highly recommend it. Even a gingerbread martini, that kind of sounds good. It's so easy to make. Here we have this like blood red, oh, what like the mint patties, ginger syrup, and I'll show you guys the actual gingerbread houses. She has a ton of references for those, but this is really cool, right? And then one more. I have to show you the cute little Baba Yaga house. So you can make really fun stuff with this. It would be great to do during Christmas Eve is do a spooky gingerbread house or just like your own whimsical, strange creation. You can do this with this book and get a lot of references and templates as well. So this is the gingerbread or the book of gingerbread. This is by Helena Garcia, who did The Wicked Baker and a ton of other cool stuff. She is from the Great British Baking Show. So next on our list today, I found this at the library and it's super cool. It is the Christmas Bestiary. Let me grab it. Sometimes the bookshelf is not working for me. I'm very okay, so this is fun. I have been waiting for this book for I think a month and a half, and I'm so glad I got it before Christmas. So this is a fun book about different creepy monsters from folktales around the world, and it gives you different characteristics, danger level. You can actually go monster hunting if you really wanted to, and learn more about these creepy creatures. I mean, they are wild. So the drawings are by the amazing. Okay, I just John Ken Mortensen. They've done a lot of art over the years. They kind of have an Edward Gorey sort of feel. So let me show you this one. This is called Trap. So this is from Germany and France. It's a 4-level danger. We get an entire story about this creature. No, it is not the raven slash crow. It is this scary dude right here. This creature. So it gives you a survival tip. If you see a scarecrow, run for your life. Oh no. So it's pretty cool. And we have it for all kinds of different creepy creatures. So Christmas time has not always been this cheerful time of year. Like there's still celebrations, obviously, with like Krampus. Perkta is another one where you and this guy, who is this? I forgot. This is the Yule goat. So there's some cool information in here that if you wanted to learn more about the holidays in general, there's the Yule cat. Find him. I just saw him. And you can learn more about history and cultures around the world and how they used to celebrate Christmas and maybe even still do. This is the Christmas Bestiary. It's an amazing, creepy book with creepy wintertime folk tales and legends, and of course, creepy monsters. This is awesome. So, I mean, and you can scare your kids, obviously. That was a goal this year. That's something you could do with this book. Like, hey, did you know about the Yule goat? They would be so terrified. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you today is oh no, I didn't even add this. I'll just talk about my Christmas tree real fast since it's here and I haven't had an opportunity to talk about it. So this is 43% off right now. It is, I know it's so hard to see. So this is actually a slim. Hold on a second. Can you drop links for any of the items you're featuring in the video description? Oh, goodness, that would be a really good idea. I'm so sorry. So most of these, we're still trying to work some of those out, American Discord. But Right now, all of these items are featured on our Amazon Live channel, so I can drop that link to you, and there is a list on a carousel where you can actually find everything I've talked about. But as far as YouTube links, I haven't been able to do that quite yet. That's in the works, though, by the way. Okay, so this Christmas tree is not one you buy pre-decorated, is not one that you buy like with the lights already there. It's just a slim green Christmas tree. But I did decorate it. I have like cute little pine cones in here. I managed to find these really dark purple ornaments, and I just used a really warm light LED Christmas light. Pretty basic, but I wanted to give it like a more dark gothic look, and that's kind of what I was going for right now. And I think you can still get some artificial, and it's artificial, by the way. I think you can still get some of these over on Amazon. And right now, this one is about 6 feet tall. It is $57, so 43% off right now, and a lot of Christmas trees currently on Amazon are kinda reducing in price because we're 10 days until Christmas Eve, so we're kinda like we're very close to the time. So if you're looking for one still, they still have a ton available. I honestly really did order this. So check these out, and this is just an inspiration for you if you wanted to do a more gothic, dark Christmas theme. All right, so next on my list today, oopsies, I have the Hocus Pocus official tarot card deck. This is by, I think it's by, yes, okay, Minerva Siegel. It's illustrated by Dread. So it's very fun, very whimsical and cartoony and just adorable. This would make a really awesome holiday gift. It is $27. It is 18 or sorry, 27% off. 18.27 currently, which is very good. So it is a great stocking stuffer. Here's what this looks like. We have our major arcana, which had these huge photos here. Our minor arcana has smaller photos, but it's got an upright and reversal reading. All of the suits are different because it's hocus pocus. So it's lightning, there's potions, there's pumpkins, and I'm trying to remember what else there is. There's also in the very back different spreads that are hocus pocus oriented. So Wisdom of the Witches, the Hocus Pocus spread, and then there's one more that I passed. So let me show you these in detail. Here we have the King of Lightning. I love the pumpkin cards. They're very cute. The Two of Pumpkins. We also have the Wheel of Fortune. I know a lot of people who love Hocus Pocus, so this would be a really great surprise. It's not too, I mean, $18 and people will get a lot of use out of it. That's one of the things that I've been trying to find this year for the holidays is like making sure I buy something that people are going to use multiple times and not just something that people are going to be like, yay, and then put it in a box later. So I'm really trying to work hard at finding some of those. And tarot cards are one of those things that people really love and they get a lot of use out of them. So check this one out if you do have friends who love Hocus Pocus, love doing tarot cards and witchy stuff. This would be a great beginner deck too. So any curious people out there that are like, well, maybe I could do tarot. This would be a fun one. So check this one out. I'll show you guys a few more of these cards. Lightning. Great illustration. I really love them. So check it out. 1827 currently. It is the Hocus Pocus tarot card deck. If you are interested in it, make sure to check out our Amazon Live channel. That is down here in the description below. We also have in our Amazon shop a ton of stuff that isn't being featured right here, but a lot of other ideas that might inspire you if you are surrounded by dark readers like we are. And make sure to check out our podcast as well. Okay, so moving on, we're going to talk about a book first. Here we go. This one's a nonfiction novel. It is called Pagans. It is the visual culture of pagan myths, and legends around the world. So this one's really interesting because we use the term pagan really loosely. And our author here talks about what are some of the similarities around the world in paintings, in ritual, in practice? What does that actually mean? So it's a really beautiful book with lots of stunning um, pieces of art and photos that really kind of showcase the diversity, but also a lot of similarities between cultures around the world and historically too. It's very informative. So this one is, let's see, 38% off 2168. I personally love reading nonfiction in the winter time. I don't know why. I think it's just because I want to feel, I want to learn something. I don't know. I'm just sitting there and I could be watching TV or I could learn about pagans. So this is a very cool book. I mean, it's just really pretty. I really enjoy it. So definitely give this one a shot. If you also, there's a lot of nudity, and I feel bad because Amazon is really a stickler about this stuff. So if you are also interested in learning about the word pagan and what that actually means in a historical context, mythological, and contemporary, this would be a really cool book. And there's a lot to learn, and it is multicultural. It's one of the most multicultural historical books I've actually seen. So that's why I really, really like it. So this one's 2168 over on Amazon. Check it out. Okay, so the next one I want to share with you today for people who are practicing little witchy stuff, not little witchy, that's not fair. I practice too. So it is called Magica. This is a really fun one. This is great for people that do practice and people that might be unsure, but they might want to try and check it out. So this is a beautifully illustrated book by Carlota Santos. Check them out. Um, and it's got a lot of cool information just generally about witchy stuff. So here's what it briefly looks like. It talks about tarot cards, celebrations, the wheel of the year, the horoscope. We have different activities, candle making, gems. We have setting up your own garden, what kind of plants are magical. There's a lot of stuff in here. And she tries to pull in a more multicultural context as well. And it shows just how different places around the world do celebrate, which is very cool. Here we have different tools, magical tools. So some people use them, some people don't. So I like how open this whole book is. It just gives you an illustration too. So it's like, is this a wand? And then you can kind of compare and contrast if you wanted to. So it does have a lot of cool stuff in here. So spell work and actual like application. So make sure you not like with plants specifically. Don't go to a doctor to just verify, but it does have medicinal properties, magical properties. It has elements in here, origin, all kinds of stuff, even poisonous. So here we have our stones, and I love these illustrations. They do the stones justice. Like citrine looks beautiful, even chakras, different angels. So then we also have like celebrations. So let's look at Beltane real fast, and then let's look at Yule because we're coming up on Yule. So Beltane, here we can do the maypoles. We can also do like a or a cookie. There's also a lemonade. I thought it was a cocktail. Different wear, garb. Let's look at Yule real fast though. That one is really cute. But here's Yule. So you can make your own Yule log. It says too, there's different symbols, traditions, herbs, tarot, keywords, animals. We also have here recipes, Yule candles, Yule ritual baths. So all of the holidays have a different thing. Here we have moon stuff. So I just want to share all of these things with you, this particular book, because it's pretty informational. Like it's not a huge book, but it's enough to get you to like check all of the different things out and see what fits best for you. Or maybe you wanted to, maybe you're really into tarot, but you've never really experimented with chakras or something like that. So this is a cool book for noobs and for people that have or that people that are experienced witches. Very cool. It's Magica. I highly recommend it. All right, so the next tarot card deck I'm going to share. Actually, I'm going to share an oracle deck. So there's two of these that I have books that are associated with them, and I really do recommend getting both the book and the cards. So let me find the first set, which is I don't okay, this is the book first. So let me show you the book, and then I'll talk about the cards. It is called Women of Myth, and who is my author? I always mix up Abigail Larson and this person for some reason. Sarah Richard, fantastic, both very distinguished artists, not even the same. Anyway, so Sarah Richard does the art here, but we have two authors who have studied myths and folk tales. So here we begin with goddesses, then we go to heroines, and then we go to monsters. So all of these are different uh, people that are in different stories from around the world. You could probably guess who this is. This is the awesome Athena. I say awesome, but I actually don't believe she's that awesome. Sorry. Here we have our Chinese white snake goddess. Beautiful. We have Froya, another stunning, very cool illustration. Like she looks super mighty. That's a warrior goddess I am okay with. Here we also have, ooh, this is Ishtar from Mesopotamia. So lots of cool information here. Let me go to, let's see, oh, Kali. Well, we can't forget Kali is amazing. So here's an illustration. But this is how they break down the book a little bit. So we have the pronunciation, which is honestly like for me, for sure, I need help. I need help. So it's really nice we have that. We have appearance. We also have other names that all the goddesses go by, which is kind of cool if you are studying mythology. There is symbols, so a blood-stained sword for Kali. And then, of course, there's an overview as well about the stories. If you know anything about Kali and Hinduism, Kali cannot just be summed up in a few pages, but they do a pretty good job just giving her a really good overview on what her myths are and stories, and just a brief history. So this is a great introduction to myth. Let's move to some heroines. Here we have I want to make sure we give you guys an actual photo or illustration that goes with it too. This is where the cards kind of come into play because there are is an oracle deck associated with this book. So here we have Mama Hueco, the first Koya of the Inca people. Stunning. I want to know who this person is like, immediately. We also have here, I'll do a few more, Morgan Le Fay, another heroine in Arthurian. Is that how you say Arthurian mythology or folk tales? But then monsters. Here we go. This is one of my favorite chapters. I'm not gonna lie. I love monsters. Here we have the Baba Yaga. Look at how happy she is. She's like, I've got my house. I've got my stuff. I'm excited. And then one more, and I'll show you the cards too because there's it's kind of a repeat. We have Kitsune from Japanese mythology. So beautiful illustrations, a lot of information in Women of Myth. I highly recommend this book. It has been so helpful for me. And it is 32% off, so only $12. It's $12.30. It's amazing. So you can find that over on our Amazon Live channel. And if you are wanting to do kind of like a twofer, you can buy the Oracle deck separate. Let me find it though. Hopefully I added it. I'd be sad if I didn't. Let's see. Sorry about that. Bear with me. So it's the Woman of Myth Oracle deck as well. Here it is. And this one's 1848. So this one's cool for work, just for oracle work. Here is what the cards look like in the back. It's cool, marbleized looking, but we get a full color photo for every single myth, which is presented in the book that I just talked about. But now you can actually get the illustrations fully. Not every single myth is and goddess and heroine is illustrated in the book, so I kinda really like that we get the oracle deck and we get more illustrations here. So, this truly represents a lot of myths from all over the world, which is pretty amazing. A lot of the times when you look at mythology, it tends to be fairly Eurocentric, so I really appreciate, this particular set of oracle cards and the book itself. I mean, we can have, like, an entire pile of myths everywhere, so I like that they pretty much evenly distributed myths from everywhere. So, Pesto's my favorite, she's so cute. Um, so one thing that's also very cool about this particular oracle deck is that the questions it asks, so you don't need an upright or reversal position. This is the Sky Woman. So here we have what this represents, so nature, peace, and tranquility, the card meaning, the story, so a little brief overview. But on the very bottom, it says her advice. So you could do a single card pull, ask a question, if there's something that's really bothering you, in fact, maybe I need to do this today. Then you can get the goddess's advice, which is very, very cool. So, and that's for every single one of these cards. I mean, from everywhere. So check this one out. The other awesome deck that I want to share with you that's similar, in a very similar vein, is Yoshi Yoshitani's Tarot of the Divine. So hold on a second. I still haven't had all of my coffee. I need to go have it. Okay, trying to find it in my carousel. I mixed everything up. So this was 40% off, and it is a very good tarot card deck, not an oracle deck. And this one has books that you can also grab too. So this one is 40% off. So this beautiful deck, high quality, I would say. Here's what the actual book looks like. Not a hardbound book, but that's okay. The cards, though, they're made out of this really nice canvas material, and I really enjoy it. Here we have all of the cards have a photo, same size, and they all have like the story name, where it is from, and a brief overview of the story itself. Granted, a lot of the stories are very long, so it's a very short summary and a very small upright and reverse reading for these cards. So it's pretty cool because there's a lot of myths that most of us probably don't know about, and it's a great Kickstarter to learning about other myths out there, which is really fun. So there's Danish, Hindu, we have Mexican folklore, Incan. I've never even heard Peruvian. There's Chinese, Haida, so many. So let me show you the cards, and then I'll show you the book that you can actually get too if you wanted. So Tarot of the Divine, the actual deck, 78 cards. It follows the same, I think it's the same sequence. Oh man, swords, uh, cups. Why can't I remember? And pentacles? Jeez, what is happening with my brain? Did I say swords? Swords. So it's a really awesome, particular, brightly colored, stunning oracle or tarot card deck. I really love it. And you're supporting a small business, an amazing artist who's done a lot of work researching, learning about these myths, and illustrating them at the same time. Like, that is so cool. Queen of Cups is actually one of my favorite cards. Here we have the Ten of Wands. So definitely check this out. This is amazing. I highly recommend it as a Christmas gift for somebody who does love mythology and loves tarot cards, that sort of thing. So Tarot of the Divine. And then the book that it is actually associated with is called Beneath the Moon. So let me find it real fast in my carousel on Amazon Live. So that's $14.49, 19% off. It is a pretty large book. Here's what this looks like. And here it has an illustration for every single myth on here, and we get a larger summation of the story, and it reads really, really well. It's so pretty. So definitely check this out if you are looking for a great book gift for anybody out there that loves myth and is supporting a small artist. It's so, so amazing. So this is the Beneath the Moon, the book that you can actually get alongside with the Tarot of the Divine and learn so much about different myths out there. I love her illustrations. They're just so good. So check it out. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing I want to share with you today is another really awesome oracle deck. If you are a writer, this would be actually something that would come in handy. Let me find it in my carousel real fast. It is called the Citadel Oracle, and here it is. It is very cool. So hold on a second. This is so disorganized. What did I do to myself? Oh, okay. Here it is. This is 10% off. This one's a fun oracle deck. So check this out. It opens up kind of like a little treasure chest. I love this. So cool. Then you pull out another box in a box. And here is what these look like. They're so cool. Like the design is really fun. Even the inside of the box is designed. I mean, so freaking cool. Here's the back of the cards. So you can see the citadel. You can also see, I don't know if you noticed, the elements here in the very center. So here are what the cards actually look like. They're all shiny. They all have a really fantastic design element to them. You have the alchemist. This is the Pathless. We also have the diviner. I think it's diviner. I hope I said that right. We have the twins, the gambler. So the reason why this is actually really cool for a writer is that this book not only describes all of the traits of the card, but it gives us a kind of an introduction or a story. So it's a great jump starter to like if you're trying to find another character to add to your repertoire of other characters, if you're trying to find a conflict in your story, this is a great way of going about that because the top talks about the character, what the whole scene looks like, how you're introduced to them. You can build your own character with this particular oracle deck. You can also build an encounter, so that is pretty sweet. There is, if you're doing an entire reading, oh, and apparently there's in-game fortune telling, which I actually still need to check out, so I can't really tell you about that, but I will eventually. So I did an entire giant reading with this particular deck. So I did the court, the academy, the crowd, the troop, and then you build your own citadel, your sword and shield, and you also build your castle and the gate. So these are all cards that just kind of like encompass everything about you, your soul. So it's a pretty interesting oracle deck and it's really involved. And I love the illustrations. They are just some of the most beautiful. And the shape of the cards is really fun. So definitely check this one out if you are a writer and you're looking for something a little interesting or you know somebody that is and loves oracle decks. This is the Citadel. Check it out. It is very beautiful. This is my Fez Inkwright. And then I'm going to show you a few more books today because we're almost out of time. But make sure if you do like dark reads, gothic stuff, spooky stuff, if you love more than just reads, we do obviously tarot cards, oracle decks, witchy stuff, anything that has to do with horror. Make sure to follow us, subscribe, give us a like and a comment, and let us know what you are doing for the holidays. Do you guys just keep it pretty traditional, or do you also like to incorporate spooky stuff during the holiday season? Because trying to make it a little darker, but not a lot. Okay, so the next book I want to share is a great gift coffee table book. It's the Field Guide of Witches. Here we go. This is a stunner. So this is it's a great artist reference book, but there are other things you can do with it because it kind of teaches you how to research. So let me show you what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about La Befana, which is perfect for this time of year. We're talking about creepy Christmas witches. We got our Italian lady here. So research and rumors. We get some cool sketches. We get references to how to approach drawing this particular character. Here we have different notes, different things that are important to La Befana. I love the artistry here. Here we have different ideations. What does La Befana look like and why? So there's a ton of ways you can interpret her. And this is how one artist has just experimenting with this Italian folktale. Explorations, what kind of tools do they use, traits, etc. And then we get kind of meeting the witch, more rendering of the character, and then a full beautiful illustration. And these are done by different artists, which is really cool. So then if I moved to, let's do, I guess we could do the spinning witch. Haven't looked at her before. So we have the spinning witch from Sleeping Beauty, or inspiration, I believe, from Sleeping Beauty. Different artists. If you can see that, we have her location all drawn out, beautifully done. Important notes. Ooh, does she turn into a bat? What a cool witch. I'm going to have to look her up. So these are all witches, different kinds of witches from all around the world. That includes goddesses, witches from folk tales like the gingerbread witch. We also have heroine witches and monster witches. It's very cool. And exploring different witches, because not only are you getting a visual for it and you get an explanation, and you are kind of traveling around the world and studying different witches. Let's look at Froya. Another wonderful illustration here. I can't wait to see her traveling a carriage of cats. So here's some more illustrations. This is adorable. Moving on, meeting the witch. And here we get our full rendered illustration of Froya traveling with her chariot of cats. So this is a great gift. In fact, this was actually gifted to me. It was one of my, totally one of my favorite gifts that I've gotten in a long time. So check this out too. If you have any artist friends out there that love witches, they're going to adore this because there's so many cool, fun witches in here, including like monsters, folk tales like the gingerbread witch cracks me up. So yeah, check this out as a gift option. And then I think the last book, I figure out what book I want to do last, is, I guess we'll do the Book of Witches, maybe? So the Book of Witches. This one's really fun. Let me find it in the carousel. Hopefully I added it. And if I didn't, we'll move on to another book. I might have forgotten it. But this would be a great one to gift your friends who love reading about different witches. So this talks about witches from all over, real ones, made up ones. I haven't actually included this, but I highly recommend it. It's a great anthology. It's got some great horror authors in here, like Cassandra Kah is one, C.L. Clark, Amal El Motar, Andrea Hairston, who I have not heard about, Millie Ho. There's a lot of people in here. If you're looking for a cool book. So I guess the last thing I'll share is one I haven't actually shared in a while. It is a oracle deck. Let me find it in my carousel super fast. Hopefully. Praying. This is the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle. So this is 2246 right now. Really cool oracle deck. I love the snake skin on the outside. So much fun. So here is what this looks like on the inside. Here's what the box looks like. Pretty cool. I love that. We also have here, um, the edges are this beautiful red foil. Super cool. So this is a mixed media oracle deck. So it combines photos, illustrations together in kind of a collage mishmash to give you like this really epic illustration. So this is by Stacey DeMarco. All of her oracle decks over the past like decade have all been this way. That's just her style in particular. So we talk about different characters and creatures and stories in mythology and how that relates to kind of like shadow work. So if you're somebody looking for a oracle deck that does more shadow work sort of thing, this would be a really cool one to check out. So here's a few characters like the Minotaur. We have Charon. I'll do a few more. Kali, of course. She's been a big thing today. Anubis, and I'll do one more. We also have the Moor again. So beautiful art on this deck, the deep, dark, and dangerous oracle. And there's a lot of cool information inside the actual guidebook. Some of the stories, the history of each card. There's obviously the upright reverse positioning and what they all mean. It's a really cool deck. I highly recommend it if you like mythology, some like darker mythology, and oracle slash tarot cards. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for listening and joining me on this live stream. Those that chatted with me today, make sure to join all of our socials. That way, you aren't losing out on anything. We have Instagram, Amazon Live. We have our YouTube channel and our podcast. So make sure to join us there. All of that is listed here. Thank you so much again, and we will see you in the next live stream. And happy holidays. Hopefully, we'll see you before then, though. Thanks so much.